Hello there, guys. Today I want to talk to you about my adaptation in France because only after 1 year and a half, I feel more or less good, secure, and just having my friends here and having fun, just here. Like in the beginning, it was something like hella hard, but no. The first 2 weeks, it's like you're in paradise. You think you're in love with the place, with the weather, if it's really contrary to your homeland. Well, for me, yes. And you see these people, you step by step you start practicing the language, local language, and the food and everything. And then after 2 or 3 or maybe 4 weeks or 2 months, you feel like something is changing. I am missing something. And sometimes the feeling of missing something, it's like it's so disturbing, so that you think like you never ever in your life you have never missed something like you miss it now. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I already lost some people that I love that are part of my family. My father, he's no longer here, so I know what it means to miss somebody. And here also I can say you feel like your family doesn't exist anymore. Even if I call them, even if I see them on the screen, we talk and stuff like that, you feel like you have a feeling like they've already passed away, and you have this feeling that's eating you inside of you, if you know what I'm talking about. So the hardest part I can say was after like 6 months, because I believe, well, there are certain steps, and for sure, like it depends. It depends on you. It depends on your mentality and stuff. I moved twice in my life. I moved to live in Saint Pie for half a year. I was there, and that was hella hard. In France, I like it much more because of the weather. And winter in Saint Pie is like, oh, you better not go there in the winter. Trust me, it's something really cold, and the wind. Oh, like it's really hot there. I was so sick. Never ever in my life have been that much sick. And so after half a year in France, you're stuck, because in my situation I had my work online. I got some money for to buy some clothes, to do something like whatever, but I couldn't work officially in France. What I really wanted to do, I really wanted to work officially in France. I really wanted to communicate with French people, just in general with people, because I cannot just walk out of my apartment and be like, okay, hi dude, how are you doing? Like, let's be friends. I had some friends, and I mean, I found some friends like accidentally. I just got to meet somebody. I got acquainted with somebody just because, like a girl, she asked me. She's my friend now. She asked me the road. I was in Lyon that day, and we exchanged some regards, and we were like, hey, are you busy right now? Like, can we go to the museum? Like, this story is something like incredible. I talk about it a lot with my friends. I tell this story everyone, like it was like the first time in my life I became friends with somebody just like by seeing her for the first time, and I felt like I want to spend some time with her and just drink coffee. I don't know, whatever. It was a feeling that came from my heart. And so this is how I find that we should um, get to know other people, just by chance. It's like it's like a pure desire to get to know. I'm sorry, for this light above my head. Oh my god, I didn't see that. So it's like it's a real natural thing. It's a natural thing. So I trust natural process. And even though we had COVID, right? We couldn't move far from our houses from October till May, from October 2020 till May 2021. Like, it's been a hell of great amount of time. Even though I spent 1 month and a half in Moscow, I did my documents, my visa for to come officially in France. Even though I was like, that was something unbelievable. like you're an immigrant. You suffer because like it's something that only immigrants can understand. Really, truly, only immigrants can understand that. And then there is COVID. And you're not flexible, you cannot do this and that. My family still cannot come here. It's been like 1 year and a half, you imagine that. So I didn't have enough money to go somewhere alone because my partner, he's working. He cannot be like, yeah, we go there. But, we did some petit voyage, okay. We did some small trips. And then, yeah, but that was never enough for me. So okay, I'm just a person that it's never enough for me. Yeah, I know this thing about myself, but just like within that process, what's good about this whole process when you cannot do things you love, and you kind of see this world out there and you're like, yeah, I can do this and that, but still just you do the taxes are very the fees are very big in France. If you just do something when you're not allowed to, you better pay. You have to pay a lot of money. So I could not risk, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to pay this. Yeah, my partner would be able to pay this, but I don't want to cause any problems. Like I'll be a good girl and we'll see what's coming. And so, yeah, then that was worse and worse. My mental state was like, fuck you, Ellen, what the hell is happening? And then September 2021, I went to Russia. I spent there 6 days because actually my grandmother, she passed away, and then I became really scared because I was like, I need to have my documents done. Okay, I'll explain. If I'm physically not in Russia and my mom, she needs to, I don't know, to sell our apartment, to sell whatever she wants to do where my presence is needed, she can do it without me if we have some contract for that. Okay, I did a letter of attorney. Okay, so then with this paper she can do everything by my name. It's official. Because I was scared, like what if something happens, I cannot come and then she'll have problems. So I did just for that. Yeah, I know I can do it in the embassy of my country, in a foreign country, but for the posts, for the stuff, and I live next to Switzerland, but still go to Switzerland and then to do it, because people who live at the border of some country, we have the same rights as people who live in that country. Well, more or less, not all the rights. I'm talking about Switzerland, okay? This country is something special. And then, well, I can practically go there and have my stuff done in the embassy, in the Russian embassy, but still, to me it was a pleasure to go in Moscow, and my mom was like, no, you better stay in France, you'll not be able to return, because you know that I wasn't able to enter France for a good 8 months, and I was hella scared. I had no idea what to do with my life. Like, I was lost. I was young, I was lost, I was scared, I was not thinking with a cold head, if you understand what I'm talking about. And so I didn't want to, it was that, yeah, it was scary. It was like for the documents and stuff, but still I was like, no, I can do it. So I went there for 6 days. That was good. Just, you feel like it's the place where you were raised and stuff, but you come there and you feel like you're a stranger. You feel like you don't understand these people. What I felt, I was like, I was in a cafe. I know I was buying a ticket for the suburban train, and the lady, she was like, well, she was so rude, and I was like, how dare you speak like that to people? Like, I cannot imagine in France. It never happened to me that, like, yeah, some drunk people, some high people, yeah, high, I mean when you're, but people where people who work with people, like, they should never be like this. In France, I cannot imagine the zero idea, zero thoughts that it can ever happen here, that somebody is really rude as that lady that day when I was buying a ticket. So, and I was like, I still cannot say anything bad about my country because it's a part of me. It's like, if I say something bad about my country, it means I can say something bad about me. Yeah, I can say something bad about me, just um, this is my these are my roots, this is my origin. The origin of my family, of my ancestors. Like, I cannot just cut myself off that because of that I moved in another country, or that there are some other reasons, so I just feel that the most important thing that I feel is a good person, and I am a good person. So finally, my mental state is more or less okay. Even that my my friend couldn't come because all the planes were annulled due to some hard conditions, and I don't I don't say, like, I don't want to show like I'm miserable, I suffer. Yeah, it's really sad. It's sad for many people. Just even in this situation, I managed to find some light in the dark. Even that my friend, she couldn't come. We were supposed to spend 2 good weeks together, like to go to Paris and stuff, like to have fun, and I was like, I learned in that moment when she told me she cannot come because everything is annual. I was like, that moment I learned that I react differently on that. So that means when my flight to France like 2 years ago was annulled, I couldn't come here. I was lost. I was panicked. I was like, I think that was the first time when I was like, I cannot control things and I'm lost, and it's a bad situation. Like, oh my god. But this time I was like, okay, but let's focus on some other good things, right? And it just, I say it as a simple thing, but because I experienced that thing before this recent event, recent arrangement. So maybe it's age, maybe it's when you learn yourself when you're an immigrant. Yeah, you see the different environment, language, people, the code between the people, the simple things that become automatic for you because environment, it affects you like nothing, like nothing else. It's like the same when we grow with a certain, like in a certain family, we're become certain people. We have some things that we were born with, like our energy level, I don't know, whatever, but still the environment creates us, it brings us up. And so i'm happy I'm happy because I'm finally mentally stable. I have my job, I have my papers, I have my partner with whom it's also not easy sometimes. We're different people. We try to find a way to reach each other. It's like, it's so many things that you're focusing on. The language, the papers, the environment, like so many things. Like, we are under so much pressure here. And when people are like, oh come on, you live in France, les croissants, la Tour Eiffel, Paris, je sais pas quoi. But actually, you're suffering way bigger than the beautiful things that you have around you. You suffer way more than people think you do. And I used to think the same way, like, oh, people are just money, just have nothing to do, like enjoy your life, you're in France and whatever. But it's something that I've never experienced in my life before. I think I would say the same thing when I will be pregnant, as because I've never been pregnant yet. That I'd say, like, it's something so big that just you feel like you're in some movie and it's not real. These people are not real, the things are not real, but it's real. And to me, it was also important that I finally learned and felt and experienced if I want to stay here, if I want to be a part of this society, if I want to keep battling for things, keep fighting keep accepting myself in this new environment, the people, the regime, the everything. And for now, after 1.5 years, I can say that yes, I'm happy being here. I'm happy being in this country with so many opportunities, even though the taxes are, oh my goodness, very big. But I see this as something I'm just happy to be myself. I'm just happy that I had a such an opportunity to learn myself. I'm happy to be emotionally separated from my mom. It's a big thing in my life that I was always attached to her opinion. And here I think with my own head. There is nobody who's telling me things that, not in the sense that you do this and you do that. She never, she doesn't say this way, my mom, but she's constructing her speech as after you would be like, oh yeah, she's right, she's right. I love my mom. You cannot imagine how much I love my mom, how much I want her to have peace in her life, and I work to have money for everything, for everybody, for my family here, for my family in Russia, for all the people that I love. But still, I needed to have this separation from her on many levels, and I'm happy. I'm just 26, and I'm happy with my life. I cannot imagine if I could say it when I was like 22, 21. That was the worst years. Like maybe years after like my teens also were hard due to some things, due to my puberty and everything. I did a video about my journey about my body, so it also has a great correlation with that. And so just like I love to learn, even if we suffer, especially when we suffer, especially if we're trying to find some new ways to adapt to these new circumstances, to just everything. So I'm here, I'm still learning, I'm still fighting for things that I love and that matter to me. And so I hope you like this video, because I feel like it was a great deal of advice, I hope, for somebody. So thank you for watching my video, thank you for being here, and I see you next time in my next video.